Hey everyone. Recently, and by recently I mean as I'm editing this last night, I played the playtest for a new fork called Trieste, or Trieste, or Trist. I don't know how to pronounce it. And the first thing I did on the playtest was immediately fuck it up by flooding literally everything underwater because I'm a moron. Trieste's entire game plan is pretty simple. There is a platform high above an ocean planet where the overseer, cargo, security, and a fair few of the other standard jobs exist. But down below, we have Sweetwater, which is where engineering, Atmos, which hasn't been implemented yet, Hop, and the main appeal, underwater salvage lies. The entire gimmick is that under the water there's an infinite ocean filled with unique dangers and powerful adversaries. Although, right now, this is very much playtest content. And by playtest, I mean this is the first public playtest, the footage they are looking at now. It features some unique water, which the admin picks had to spawn in a lot of crap to stop my flooding, and what you're going to see is a lot of really jank gameplay, because, again, playtest. I have included a link in the description down below if you want to check this out for yourself. Without any further ado, here's some of the funniest highlights from this playtest. The first thing that I do after dealing with the flooding, getting my bearings on where everything is I find a salvage room, which actually gives me a proper suit, which should allow me to go outside, hopefully. After an amount of wandering around that I'd rather not admit to, I find my way outside and get immediately jumped by 4 of these things. Now, these things are... I forget the name. But what they do is actually pretty unique. Instead of just attacking you like, normal salvage mobs, what they do instead is they inject you with a sedative and then slowly kill you to death. And I kind of go down immediately and have to get dragged all the way back to the medical area. Going towards the diving bell, I finally managed to get awake and also proceed to flood everything again in the first 2 seconds. Because I'm just not smart, okay? This comes into the first feature that I'd like to see. The diving bell acts as a proper, how do I explain this? Fuck. It's essentially just friggin' arrivals. You go from the port to Sweetwater using the diving bell to go up and to go down. And, this is the first thing I'd like to see. Throughout this playtest, and I don't really have any good examples at the moment because showing that is a little hard, I'd like to see a proper communication relay between Sweetwater and the port itself, like the platform up top. I don't know what it's called because I'm stupid. But yeah, right now, the fax machines, I don't believe, are connected. And even still, that's a little difficult when we don't have command members active. Especially since medical is up top. And here's your first shot of the platform. Now, a couple things. First of all, you cannot build on the platform. This is a major problem that the main developer, I think, agrees with me on. And I think this needs to be fixed pretty much immediately because we ran into several issues where damaging the station up top at all would result in it being completely unrepairable. Also, there needs to be a way to end the shift because the emergency shuttle is not implemented yet at all and will end up breaking everything. And yeah. The port itself, though, is really cool. The rain really gives that nice vibe, and fun fact, the entirety of the platform, besides the interior sections, which are heated, actually is, what's the word? Is actually cold. So you need a jacket if you don't want to freeze. And I think that's pretty cool. I just think that's real neat. Anyway, important detail. If you step off of the platform whatsoever, you die. You fall into a chasm and die because the ocean is way down below. Yeah. Maybe don't jump off the platform or you'll meet very painful death at the hands of blood force trauma. Because yes, hitting the ocean will end up killing you to death. You will die to death. After determining my time would probably be spent a little bit better salvaging for materials, I head down into the ocean, where I managed to find a pickaxe and a couple other resources. I'm speeding this up because I find salvage gameplay really, really boring. Like, salvage is by far my least played role. I only played it enough to unlock Quartermaster and never again. I hate salvaging. I can't stand it. And I believe that this isn't terrible salvage gameplay. I do think it drastically needs improvement, though. Like, quite a bit of improvement. First of all, enemy variety needs to be increased significantly, which is, obvious. And I also believe that the amount of those, annoying, sleep assholes needs to be significantly reduced. Because they're kind of a little too strong. And that's all the salvaging I managed to get done. Back to the base, partner! With, hey, an airlock that actually fucking functions. Back on base, we have our first event. Pale, which is the AI that controls the port, tells us that the latchers, which I think that's what these guys called, or whatever the hell they're called, are climbing up the legs of the platform, and it basically just spawns a bunch of stuff. It's functionally equivalent to the vent monsters in Leviathan server. Leviathan server. And yeah, I'm not sure if that was Pix, who is the admin of the server, by the way, spawning them in intentionally or an event, but by the way, fits as an event. And damn, that oceanscape is actually kind of pretty. Holy shit. Anyway, on top of the platform, we got a dead bonus here. We're gonna do a funeral, and I'll admit the the tide kind of took over. I'm stealing that shit, and let's just say the funeral has a preemptive ending? Parkour is my passion, you see. I will make the greatest parkour jump! At this point, round one had been running for about 40 minutes, and a fair few things just kind of got broken and other stuff. So we decided to restart. This round, I decided to play as the Overseer, which is just Captain, but for the platform and Sweetwater. Yeah. We also decided this round would be better with some Cindy's. One or two. And this also comes where I find the first unique thing that the captain gets. The trident. Never got the chance to use it. Oops. Anyway, one thing I will say. Captain's locker comes with a stamp, all the other crap, medals, door remote for a reason. Just use the fill Captain's locker and add the trident. And also make the trident placeable on, the back slot or something. If you want it to be a replacement for, simultaneously the laser gun and the sword, you need to make this equipable somewhere, because the laser pistol can go anywhere. The sword has its own slot. Having this just kind of in your hand constantly, no one's going to use this. They're just going to grab a gun from Armory. You're going to have to give this trident something else. Also, we had to restart the round again because the diving bell broke, which will probably get fixed at some point. I don't know. And, yeah. let's see how this actual Cindy round goes, shall we? The first thing I do is I decide to check out what's going on in engineering, because I heard that the artifact is what's powering the entirety of both Sweetwater and the platform, but the way it actually does is unique. So this is simultaneously a high radiation Tesla and Singularity, which is pretty cool. But the way the platform gets powered by this is an engineer physically has to bring smezes up to the platform. I feel like this should be changed, but I'm not sure how. Like, you obviously can't transfer power from grid to grid, that's just not possible. And I do think Engie should have to power it. So here's what I suggest. I suggest that we keep it as is, but we make, like, generators and their fuel a little more accessible, and we give Engie more space. That's my suggestion, at least. Anyway, this is where I want to talk about hiring and the departments. So, I'm going to compare this to Frontier as I hire a research director to direct research, obviously. And this is where I think the developer, which is Hypixel, I know you're watching this, needs to decide, is this going to be more based on individual players and their choices, or are we going to have this be a cooperative effort between all players? Essentially, how close do you want people to work together, and is that the required gameplay? For those of you who are unaware, the main gameplay of Frontier is that everyone on it is an individual contractor with their individual ships. I'd show footage, but Frontier is really hard to make content out of because 12-hour shifts. But I think that's like a main distinction, because on one hand, everyone can go salvage. If that's intended or not, I'm not sure. And that's cool. But if everyone's salvaging, everyone's power gaming, and if everyone's power gaming, everyone's powerful. And there's no reason to do Psi when everyone's power gaming and all that, but I don't know. I would like to see a distinction made and a line drawn in the sand of how much cooperation is required, where the far left is something like actually, I think the best example is Rudy's Marine Corps of all fucking things, where if you don't cooperate, you die instantly, and you lose the entirety of your gameplay. Like, you just lose. Middle of the line is, I think, Wizdead and Goob and every other basic station gameplay, as I blind myself here because I'm a fucking idiot. And on the far right, we have Frontier. Again, any of these I think could work for a concept as varied as this. Like, Subnautica underwater is already a really cool concept for a fork, and you could lead it to a lot of different things. And I'd like to see where this goes, because again, very early playtest. I want to see where this goes, because this has the potential to be completely unique and really, really cool. Back to the actual fucking gameplay of the goddamn fork, we have our first terrorist attack outside the Sweetwater airlock. Lucky for me, I do have a security officer on staff. So I'm just gonna get him up there. Come on, sec off, let's go. Please tell me there's like a sec belt or something. Nope, this is all evidence lockers. Oh, shit. Not good. Lucky for me, this random salvager has a gun. A particle laser, which is just a pistol, but yeah. Now, I don't know where the hell they got this, and frankly, if anyone knows, let me know. Yeah, they just started kind of blowing fucking everything up and flooding everything. Lucky for me, I'm a genius. I'm very smart and I thought ahead. I grabbed the foam sealants to slow them down and to unseal the flooding. And informing my sec off, We gotta make a plan. My plan is to literally just spam foam grenades. And here we see Magnus Carlsen using the spam explosions gambit. Oh, here we see Hans Demon countering the metal foam gambit. Ooh, Magnus Carlsen with the direct impact onto the security officer and the Anger. This causes the water bottle to spill underwater, which somehow slips them. It seems that Hans Demon, or no wait, that's Magnus Carlsen. Magnus Carlsen has managed to abuse the fact that this is a playtest to damage the security officer and the captain. A brilliant gambit, as the security officer and Anger must flee from the smoke grenade. That's a foam grenade. I am very fucking stupid. This commentator, who is commentating over an apparent chess match, needs to be fired. Google on Passat. Holy hell. Anyways, I come up from the ocean depth to inform the crew that Jane, whatever the hell her name is, has done a terrorism and need to immediately be dealt with violently because I don't know if space law exists. And also they blew up like fucking half of Sweetwater, so gotta get rid of them somehow, and the best way I know is vigilantism. Also, some asshole blew up my room because of fucking course they did. Anyway, some asshole engineer decided, yeah, let me block off fucking cargo because fuck you for some reason, I guess. And yeah, you may be noticing the massive amount of crates that's like, you know, there. And that's because Pix decided to give cargo pretty much infinite money. And the harbor master, it's harbor master here, decided to order everything they possibly could. Because of course they did. Anyway, in order to deal with the insane amount of people doing stupid crap, I grabbed guns and a sec belt before the terrorist shows up. And thank you, Pix, for the boink. I really appreciate that. Mid dealing with a terrorist attack. I barely managed to get to the edge of the holy hand grenade and survive. And I'm extremely wounded. I gotta play my cards very carefully. So I do my best to avoid where Jade was. It was the terrorist, obviously. And I make my way into the medication station. Grabbing an E-pen to inject myself so I can get my speed back up to normal speed levels. I'm looking around for chems and meds, and I don't find any because someone broke into the core fucking chief medical officer's office. Yeah, would not be a playtest if everyone was ignoring any rules of the server. Which, to be fair, there's no rules. Was there rules? I don't know. If there were, I sure as shit didn't pay attention. Post-healing, someone blew up a bunch of welding tanks, and I managed to find Jane, who decides to try and singularity bomb me, which ends predictably for them, I guess. Yeah, I'm really not sure what their plan was with that. Like, yeah, let me just blow that up, and they get fucking yeeted through a wall. Pretty funny. And hey, there's a reporter's office. That's pretty cool, I guess. Anyway, I'm discussing what to do next with the crew and hauling the body to bed because I'm like, I gotta revive him before, yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is, so I'm just gonna play it a little bit safe and head directly to security with my entourage of the homies, the gang. Gang. After equipping my homies, I walk up and I'm trying to figure out what the explosion was. What the hell's going on here? Why does someone have an E-sword? Why is everyone evil? And, oh, it turns out the cargo technician blew the place up. Before I was, oh, that's the RD! That's the research director. Where'd you get the sword from? Oh. From that guy, which, yeah, so I got a little confused by this. Turns out that everyone that was getting respawned fucking They just spawned as themselves, but again, which creates a very confusing mess when you're me trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Goodbye to that beach ball. Shame. Anyway, the last thing that someone bought was the parts to make a singularity fucking generator. Singulus! As it turns out, this is actually like a really cool singularity effect because the rain bending around it makes it look really unique. Also, lore-wise, this would probably like fucking end up eating the entire planet that we're on. So that's fun. And I decided to dump this guy because I'm a dick, and we're probably going to restart the round now that there's a singularity loose. And we do after this. As this plays out, let me know what you guys think of Trieste so far. It's very much a new, like, thing, and I'd like to see where it goes. Again, Discord link down in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. I really think that this could be, like, really fun as I declare a battle royale because I'm a dick. Yeah. First video after my big important video. Video didn't perform well, like cool live thing, but I didn't expect it to. That wasn't a video that I wanted to. How do I put this? That wasn't a video that I wanted to make because it would have been good. That was a video I wanted to make because it needed to be made. And I lose the battle royale. This is due to the fact that I suck. I am trash. A couple, like, other notes I'd like to say about the playtest. It's fun, but I do think that cutting off a lot of, like, 14's, like, basic spawns kind of screws it in places. Like, turns out RD's suits, like, RD's suit isn't mapped. Any of Haas's stuff I don't believe is mapped. And I think that having a connection for communications between Sweetwater and the platform would help quite a bit. But again, this is very fun. This could easily become something unique. Thank you so much for watching. I'd like to thank my channel members, Sathier Lapid, Admiral Obvious, and Waltart for supporting me. If you want to support me, there is memberships and also super tanks and tips and all that crap. You don't gotta, but it does make me able to do more stuff, and who doesn't like money, you know? That's it for the video. I still have yet to figure out how to do an outro, and I don't think I ever will, because screw outros. Outros are for the weak. Bye now.